Please stop using the term tariff wars. Or have you mobilized the Canadian Armed Forces? Like, don't use that term. It's a way to deflect about other issues happening. So this is a cabinet minister vlog, and I think the patterns are developing that there might be a power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely, because it's developing a little bit. And there's people that are thinking more career egos related to who's been chosen for the cabinet ministership so far, and there's patterns developing. So what I want to say to Prime Minister Carney, except that I'm not going to send it directly to the website for the office anymore, I'm just going to keep sending it to multiple whoever, and they can forward it to whoever they want. I'm going to say that yes, you're very good at this economic stuff, but economic stuff is toxic. What's probably kept you grounded from this international toxicity that you're very good at is your family. Maybe spending time with your son. I don't know the dynamics of your family. I mean, it's one way to know a person is to hear more about their families, being interviewed with their families, their family members being interviewed. Hearing about those kind of questions instead of wars, which relates to the elites. Okay, it doesn't relate to a regular person, except that a lot of regular people are addicted to consuming. They're really upset that the third big screen TV they wanted to buy is possibly going to go up in price, and it might not have, and yet they're acting as if it doubled. So So Prime Minister Carney I'd like for you to appoint a minister that helps with grounding yourself and anybody else that's part of your team, so that you kind of don't move away much further than you are, because you're already pretty far from the concept of being a public servant. Because when you work in capitalism, which is what you are, you're capitalists, and you've been spending a lot more time with capitalists and not your family to ground you, to help you maintain, let's say, not lose the social skills that you've already had. Because the I don't know why you and Trudeau never took Toastmasters lessons. I don't know if it's illegal here. I don't know if we're at war with Toastmasters. But man, you're making some sounds before every freaking sentence that start to get on my nerves. So again, to ground yourself, why don't you take Toastmaster lessons with some of your family members? You can even do it privately if you don't want to do it in a regular group like a regular person. I can't even do it here because I'd have to start one, and I'd have to get an answer back, and I'd have to get a location. Getting a location when you're hated in your community for being the only Homo sapien there, living your life by human standards, getting a location is almost impossible. So you have access to things that'll help you grounded. So do that. Please do that. Please make sure that you don't become a jerk, because you have decent social skills and decent abilities to be kind and caring. But again, they probably come from spending time with family, not spending time with capitalist elites or royalty or other politicians. Because right now your ego is probably soaring. I can tell in the way you're talking. You're being bossy, and you're like, no, it's going to be this way, it's going to be this way, and tough. You wanted me for a tough job, you're going to get a tough guy. Well, the tough guy is not actually tough, in the sense that right now I could see you're being a bully mostly with people who are taking it, right? Are you able to now be in a debate with somebody outside of your capitalist circles who will kind of put you in your place in a way that will be beneficial for you and those you serve? By, for example, bringing it back to keeping you grounded. Because it's not about you, it's not about the elites, but it sure seems like your business as usual, and what you've become successful at, and therefore believe that's what the world is about finding some sort of new business as usual status quo balance for the elites. It very much differs from being a public servant, where you're talking about majorities. And again, I'm not hearing transparent explanations for your decisions.